In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys the best image AI generators out there. I'm going to be comparing the top models so you guys can make the best decision and kind of doing a side-by-side analysis of each one. If that sounds good, I want you guys to leave a like, subscribe, and turn post notifications on. First off, I want to show you guys on OpenAI's new GPT 4.0, and we're going to tell it to make a cover of GTA 6 for PS5. Alright, so we tell GPT 4.0 to make us a cover, and this is what we get. So we inputted this, and here is Will Smith holding GTA cover with one hand with a bowl of spaghetti. You can download it as well. Next up, we'll say make a funny meme involving Donald Trump, and we get this. Pretty cool, right? And we can also say give me two panels side by side with the title, spot the difference. There should be 4 subtle differences between the 2 images. A pretty cool one, right? Vague, and it gave us a very cool side by side image. Can you guys spot the difference? Me looking, I can barely really even spot the difference, but you can kind of see in the hair of the dog. One dog has hair, one dog doesn't have hair, and everything else is pretty much the same. So it's cool. So one use case for this is, I guess you can make these sort of game type books, but you can sort of get creative with it as well. Next up, we'll say a Polaroid photo of 4 friends in a dimly lit coffee shop. Here it is. 4 friends in a dimly lit coffee shop. And you can see their faces. It's very, very realistic. If you were not looking very close at all, you might think this was a real photo, but if you look kind of more closer, it's very, very clear. I think that's but I think if you were show this to maybe some people and say maybe the quality is just really, really good, they could mistake this photo for a real thing. Okay, we can also turn this image into Studio Gilby style, where we took that same image of the 4 friends. Pretty cool. Studio Gilby, you can see it looks pretty similar. It still kept the somewhat similarly dim, but drinking coffee in a coffee shop. And you can also remix it as well. We can sort of change the characters of those 4 friends. And you look at it, the Doraemon is pretty spot on. The Goku is pretty spot on. The Nezuko is pretty spot on. The Naruto is pretty spot on. They look pretty close to the original characters of the original thing. And the logo of the McDonald's in the back, pretty cool. If you take a closer look at the font of the Coca-Cola, it's actually pretty close, right? It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. You can see the M logo is pretty close. You don't see any weird distortions or anything like that. I would say GPT-4 in this regard is amazing. Next up, we can also try a poster of the 4 most popular smoothies with its recipe listed on a handwritten brown recipe card. Well, here's like a kind of advertisement, right? I guess a smoothie shop or something could use it, and you can replace this with like products. You can replace this with anything really, a person, but this is just 4 smoothies, right? These are fake smoothies, but they look really, really delicious. You can see strawberry of the ingredients, banana of the ingredients, green of the ingredients, mixed berry of the ingredients. And take a look at the title on top. Title spot on, cards are pretty spot on, right? Half a cup of milk. And you can see the ingredients are pretty spot on. It seems like it's also using AI or something for the tech. Will Smith throwing spaghetti, a girl at a beach taking a selfie, and AI even made this, the carbon cycle, a infographic of the carbon cycle that AI made. It's pretty amazing, right? If you showed this to somebody, maybe I guess you could use this in the education sector, but it looks correct, you know. The arrows, the words. I mean, maybe a person could verify the results of this, but to me it looks pretty great. And we can see more results. I guess here it made kind of a meme of the frog. So yeah, this is pretty much introducing the 4.0 image generation that has been updated and came out. It's pretty amazing, right? You can see that from the images of the infographics, the people, the everything, it looks very, very, to me, realistic. And you take a look at this photo, Donald Trump with toys in front of them holding I guess you could say pink cup or a teacup or something. If you didn't look very close, you might assume this was a real picture of Donald Trump in front of toys and stuff like that. And let's remix it as well. We can also have a character, an anime character in I guess a coffee shop with the sunset or sunrise holding and just looking away at the camera. We can also have this fake AI one as well with a Lego. And here's like the different images that AI, right? It's pretty interesting. You can see that dog saying this is fine. That's kind of interesting. It's kind of funny. You can see a cat looking at the tiger, our lioness in a mirror. You can see a person taking a selfie at the beach. That was kind of like a remix of that earlier. Pretty interesting. How much does it cost? Well, for $20 a month on GPT Plus, you pretty much get unlimited images. unlimited images and video, up to 720p resolution on the videos, and you can do up to 2 concurrent generations at a time. So you can, for 20 bucks a month is pretty good, I would definitely say. Or if you want to, maybe you own a business or something and you want to do, I guess, more, if you want faster generations, higher and with higher resolution and higher, I guess, volume workflow, you can get up to 1080p videos for 20-second videos, 20-second duration, and up to 5 concurrent generations. And I guess on the GPT-4o, you can download the videos without watermark. On GPT Plus, you can download the images without watermark, but the videos that have watermark. But I guess for 200, you can get it without, which is interesting. 10x the price. Not sure if it's worth it for you guys, but a multi-panel comic of a man exploring a simple home workout routine. In each panel, he should describe a different exercise or fitness tip. And here's the result. This looks pretty amazing, right? I guess if you own some type of fitness business, fitness app, here's some cool like infographics of a guy doing workouts, and it's 4 different variations of it. Really, you showed this to me and you said that like somebody drew this, I will definitely, or maybe kind of animated it or some type of how I would believe it. I would not think this was AI at all. So this was definitely amazing to me. This is an amazing feature, and you look at it, how great quality it is. Can you guys tell it's AI? For me, if you didn't tell me if it was AI, I would not believe it's AI. I would not think it's AI at all. But and for the most part, the data, the words in it is it's all correct wording. And here's the 4 different ones, right? The top left in compared to the different top image generators. So the top left is 4.0, GPT 4.0. The top right is Ideogram 3. The main difference with Ideogram 3 is it kind of looks like a little bit of a different type of person, I guess you could say. It's a little more realistic, I guess, and I think it's very interesting as well. And when we tried it in, I guess, Imagen 3 v2, it couldn't even take the prompt to do anything really. And with Reve, this is what we get on the bottom right now. What do you guys think looks the best? To me, I think this is kind of really like an artistic sort of thing. So I guess a lot of people will have a lot of different opinions, but I would probably say the bottom right looks the best in this case, and then the top left, and then the top right. So I guess I would say Reve is number 1, 4.0 is number 2, Ideogram is number 3, and Imagen 3 v2. I get we couldn't even get a result, so we'll just place that last. But okay, and next up I'm going to show you guys more of the image generator for Ideogram 3. And here's some different Ideogram 3 things that were kind of outputted. You can see that you could use this for game characters, you could use this for PS5 covers. 3.0 is their most advanced model. I guess it's their most realistic model. And here's some more really cool designs that came out of Ideogram. I guess you can see a really cool wallpaper, of space. Now we'll come back to GPT-4, and then we're gonna create a cover of the video game Grand Theft Auto, and this is what we get right now, right? So I guess we got this. Pretty cool. To me, they all look pretty great. You know, the wording is perfect. The logoing is pretty much perfect with subtle differences, but pretty much it's correct grammatically. So I will say that. And so let's compare to the different image models. What do you guys think is the best one in this case? So with 4.0, we got for GTA 6, we saw it look pretty great, I think. If you go to Ideogram 3, it starts to look a little bit funky. Do you guys think it looks a little funky, or maybe it's just the design? The design's a little more different, but it looks a little more cinematic. And you can kind of compare that to the last exercise. I think it was a little more cinematic in a way. And for Imagen 3 v2, we definitely got a result here. You can see there's an extra I, so I guess there's something in the text that's just sort of weird. There's an extra I where this before the V. It is off for sure. And you look at the logo at the bottom, it doesn't even make sense. It's not even a real legible logo. And let's go to Reve. Reve has a realistic looking person with the Grand Theft Auto 6 logo on it. To me, in this case, if you're doing like game covers, I would say the best ones were for 4.0 and Ideogram. Maybe if you want to do something cartoon type style, animation type style. But maybe if your artistic taste is a little more type real person, you might go towards Reve. If it's a little more, you kind of like in the middle, you can go to Imagen 3 if the text doesn't really matter to you. If you're not really using text, you can go that. So make a photo of Will Smith holding the game with one hand. He's sitting at a table with a giant bowl of spaghetti. Will Smith looks pretty realistic. If you didn't look too close in his face, look realistic. He's holding the game cover. The spaghetti looks pretty real to me. It's very high quality. If you look at the spaghetti, like you can see the grains and everything, but it looks pretty good. To me, it looks pretty good. You can still definitely tell it's AI, but it's very, very, very realistic. Next up, we can do a pixel art sprite sheet of fire image casting spell. The character is robed in red and gold with a flowing cape. The animation includes a raising hand, summoning a fireball, and then launching it forward. What do you guys think we're gonna get for that one? We get this. This sort of looks like something from like the Game Boy world, Game Boy Advance world, with sort of like fiery animations. It's pretty good. I guess you could say maybe even like a type of Super Mario type character, right? Maybe. And this is GPT 4.0, and somebody could definitely use this for, like, I guess a video game even, right? And if you saw this in a video game like maybe Super Mario or some type of magic type thing or video game or something like that, would you guys think this was an AI? Would you guys think this was somebody that drew this by hand and it animated it into like a character, or would you guys think it's AI? This is completely made of AI 4.0 GPT. You can see that it's crazy because people would have to draw this by hand before, right? Or draw this by the computer and make this, right? Now it's pretty much just all created by AI in one prompt, right? You give it one prompt and it creates this amazing thing. And you can move it to different backgrounds and create a real life video game out of it, really. I would definitely say if you're maybe, depending on the use case, if maybe you're doing like a video game type with the variations, the different movements, 4.0 is definitely the best. Maybe you can even argue Imagen 3 v2 is the best in this case because there's a lot of different variations as well. Ideogram 3 only gave one character from the prompt. Maybe you could define it more, but this one's just, I guess, a wallpaper type. I would not. Reve, to me, Reve looks like the worst. So I would definitely say 4.0 and Imagen 3 v2 are the best. Next up, we have Ideogram 3 in third place again, and Reve takes the last spot in this case. We can also say an illustrated map of Japan labeling the top tourist destinations with images. Here's 4 variations. Pretty amazing, right? You can see it's made of AI too, one prompt, and it generates these 4 different things. Like, you can imagine maybe if somebody was like, had some kind of like publishing company or something, or it's art, or like the infographic company where they do this type of illustrations for people, like, and somebody wanted, like, maybe a travel company said, all right, I want an illustration of Japan of the top tourist destinations. Can you guys give me that? And the person maybe puts in one prompt and sells it to those people or something like that. And then you can replace this Japan with like maybe computers, you can, any country, anything really. And it can make an infographic illustration of anything. So this is just pretty amazing what one prompt in the image generation can do. It's pretty amazing. Not only can it generate real people, realistic type people, it can generate infographics like this, video game characters like this. And you can look at the detail as well. If I looked at this first glance, I could never tell this was AI. I would never think this was AI, just because if it was AI, I would assume the wording is incorrect, or it is. If you look at the detail, look at the detail. Do you guys spot any weird details in it? I personally don't. To me, I can't spot any flaws in these. And here's the same one compared to the 4. To me, 4.0 looks very great. Ideogram 3, it starts to look a little bit messy. It's something about it just doesn't look right to me. It's kind of in weird places. Yeah, Ideogram Imagen 3 v2, I would say it's still also the text. You can look close at the text. The text is just straight up incorrect. Reve doesn't make sense at all. So I would say in terms of correctness, 4.0 definitely is just the best. If you didn't have access to 4.0, Ideogram 3 is, I guess you could say, an expect, but the text don't make sense. It looks just off. Imagen 3 v2 is kind of, I would say, the third best, and Reve is just the worst in this case for generating. Next up, we do a screenshot of Wikipedia page on photography with images. This is all generated. At first glance, these all look accurate for me reading it. Yeah, I would say these 4 is pretty great. If I looked at this at first glance, I would think it's the official Wikipedia page, but this is not the official Wikipedia page. This is made with AI. Closer look, okay? So is Wikipedia spelled correct? It's correct. Is the title, is the header bars correct? Is everything looks correct? And this really, the images is what gets me, the infographics, the images and the attention to detail that it can just do from one prompt. Amazing. Compared to so based off the prompt, I would definitely say the clear winner in this case is 4.0 again. Ideogram, the text is correct. This is not the Wikipedia page. This looks like some type of website selling camera. Imagen 3, it sort of looks like Wikipedia, but if you start looking at the text is completely incorrect, versus the Ideogram, at least the text is somewhat correct. If you look at Imagen v3, v2, the text is just, they don't make sense. And then for Reve, not only does the text not make sense, the website, it looks like a screenshot of so I guess it took the literal prompt to like a literal screenshot of 4.0 GPT, the winner, second place Ideogram 3, third place Imagen 3v2, last place Reve. To say design a cute frog and give me 6 transparent stickers for it. It looks like something that might be sold in the shop or something like that. And look at the attention to detail. You guys, I don't spot any flaws. Just compare it. So what do you guys think is the best? To me, in this case, based off the prompt of 6 cute stickers of a frog, I would say 4.0 definitely wins in this one. But in my opinion, I like 4.0 best, and in second place Ideogram 3 and Imagen 3 take the same spot. Next up, we would say design a retro 80s style poster for a synthwave music event using bold neon colors. For me, I would not think this is AI. I would think this is maybe some amazing illustrator that did this. It's pretty interesting because this is taking jobs away from actual illustrators, I do think, in the future, because the people that used to do this, that used to charge people money to do this, people are paying $20 a month and they can generate unlimited illustrations like this, versus how much people used to do this manually. And look at these variations. Text-wise, we can at this point we can already tell text-wise it's perfect. You know, GPT 4.0, I haven't spotted a flaw with the text yet. So because if you zoom into any of these images, it's hard to really spot any flaws at all, because I don't spot any flaws at all. Compared to the different image generators, Ideogram 3 looks also great. You know, it's text-wise, we've seen it be spot on as well. Imagen 3v2, sometimes we see the text weird in the way incorrect, but in this case, it got it correct as well. But we just told it to create a synthwave music event, and it's talking about synthwave nights. So I guess it added some themes in there, and it is first place 4.0, second place Ideogram, third place Imagen 3v2, and Reve completely incorrect in this case. Next up, we can also do 5 hands forming a star shape, and we see these variations. If you looked at it, you would definitely think these are real hands, right? Look at the attention to detail. Look at the fingernails, the actual fingernails. It looks real, and you can sort of see the engravements of the fingers as well, sort of in like the little bit of the wrinkles that make it look real. Compared to the rest, 4.0, visually it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with 4.0. It looks high quality. Ideogram 3, if you look at it, it's creating a star. And does each hand have 5 fingers? I think so. Some hands, the fingers look kind of long to me. I don't know. In terms of correctness, I guess it's correct, but it looks kind of a little bit, maybe it's just the angle on this. Imagen 3v2, we asked it to do a star, and it gave like a blob, a circle blob. This was incorrect in this case. And for Reve, in terms of correctness, surprisingly it's okay in this case. Fingers, the coloring is kind of a little bit weird, but I would say 4.0 is the winner in this case. Second place I would say is Reve. Third place I would say Ideogram 3, Image, and last place Imagen 3v2 in this case. So I guess you could say depending on the scenario, it depends really. In most cases, 4.0 is kind of spot on, but sometimes you get Ideogram, and sometimes you even get Reve, surprisingly, take an Imagen 3. And let's go back to those characters, and let's remix it. Those prompts of those characters, we can sort of remix it into, if we had it in Ideogram 3 created, this one looks sort of very realistic, right? Reve, it looks too realistic. Imagen 3 couldn't even do. If you were sort of just going towards the correctness in terms of the actual cartoon style, I'll say 4.0 takes the cake, is number 1. Ideogram 3 is number 2. It's the next best one. Reve is 3, and Imagen 3v2 is this last, but it couldn't really generate anything. So now let's do a red Ferrari Portfolio M, a white Audi R8, and a blue 1994 Honda. And this is what GPT-4 created. It actually looks pretty good. The cars actually look real. If we take a closer look at the emblems are definitely incorrect. The emblems incorrect. They got the general shape correct, so it's not perfect, but now let's compare it to the 4. Ideogram 3, from a distance you can't really see the emblem. Imagen 3, the emblem kind of looks correct. Imagen 3, it's sort of correct, yeah. The emblem's kind of spot on. Reve, it's a little close. So I'll definitely say the winner in this case is Imagen 3v2 if you want to kind of do very realistic of an actual real product already. Next up we have, I guess you could say Reve takes second place, Ideogram 3 takes third place, and GPT 4.0 surprisingly takes last place in this case. So the next prompt you could do is a peacock spider, and these are images that we got. And compared to the 4, which one do you guys think? To me, the animals, they all look pretty realistic to me. I couldn't really tell. I would definitely, if I saw the first image for GPT 4.0, I would think it's maybe from a documentary. This is a real animal. But I would say just in terms of correctness and color and visually, I like 4.0. Second place, I would say Imagen 3v2. Third place, I would say Ideogram. Last place, I would say Reve, because this Reve is a little blurry. Same with Ideogram, it's a little blurry. Next up, we're going to do, so I guess we have this prompt: a snowy Nordic village with a wooden post displaying the following sign. The sign says, "No dragon docking in harbor," blah, 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 more text, and then here's more details about the character. The character is a warrior with a fur cloak, battle axe, stands next to a sleek humanoid robot with a glowing blue eyes. They all stand in the foreground, back slightly turned to the camera, scrutinizing the signpost. This actually looks very realistic, so it's really great. And the attention to detail is absolutely amazing. This could be like a book cover, and we can even remix that Polaroid image that we created of the four friends in the coffee shop from earlier. And here's the magic thing that recently came out. You can turn those into a Studio Gilby, but here's like the if you own maybe whatever type of shop, you can create signs for it as well. So I guess you can own like a drink sign. This is all created with AI, and look at the different fonts and everything. Pretty amazing. You just tell it what fonts you want, what's on your menu, and it creates a professional looking sign. Think about the people who used to do this manually that will charge like hundreds of dollars. Well, now you just pay maybe $20 for access. You create unlimited of these. You could use this in a video game, books, anything. There's so many different use cases. And we inputted, so we pasted an image of the guy here, and we say, and we take we add people to background. Crazy, right? So we know that before that the guy was just standing, taking a selfie in an empty room, but this added a bunch of AI generated people. We can even change the background. So instead of him just in the stadium, he's at a beach. Then we pasted another image of like a woman, and we can say we remove the text, so you just like watermark image. You can see this is what they had before from watermark, and then AI pretty much just removed it. Pretty amazing, right? I think after the removal process, you can sort of tell the AI a little bit, but it's pretty great. And it sort of changes the face a little bit as well, and it sort of adds more detail. You can also have that same image and whatever products you have. So you can see here that we put a soap bottle, and we had that original image with the text, and then we remove the text, and we have the woman now promoting the soap bottle. Look at the attention to detail. Perfect. You can also do real comics of this. I can't read this, but it's amazing what it can do. This looks like, if I saw this, I would definitely think it's like a page of like a comic. And here's Albert Einstein in the gym, a girl at a beach with a Naruto headband, 4 girls at a candid paparazzi style photo of already girls at a college party. This actually looks very, very realistic. If you look at the attention to detail, it's very, very realistic people. Another meme picture. Generated meme where there's a smiling, a wide image taken of a phone glass of a whiteboard. So you can see here we get very, very, very specific. Field of view of a woman sporting a t-shirt with a large open AI logo. The handwriting looks natural and a bit messy, and we see the photographer's reflection. To me, this looks like a real life photo. This does not look like AI as well, because we can't really see their face, right? So and it's just like a whiteboard. To me, this looks perfect. So some images, depending on the context that you generate, it's very difficult to even tell it's AI generated at this point with the 4.0. This one, the second one, even the one on the bottom sort of looks very realistic, surprisingly. This one looks very real as well. Cat. This one also looks as well. A person drinking a smoothie. And we can see the different results that we did with GPT 4.0. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and let me know which image generator that you guys think is the best one.